Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Dog here, and today I'm doing a part two, or episode two, I guess, of a story time thing that pops up. That's Bad News Bears. All right, so today's story time is going to be about my first few Blitz friends. Now, I've been playing Blitz for 5 years now, okay? Literally 5, because I joined Hypixel September in 2013, and right off the bat, I got hooked on Blitz and paintball, and I just played them a crap ton. So, when I mean first friends, I mean vocally, not in chat, because if it were in chat, that'd be much too hard to discern and, like, ruffle through, and I'm not ready to do that because I have no idea who that would be. But I do know who it was first vocally. So before I ever made a Skype account, I actually remember who made me make it. His username is Smokey95Dog. He was the first Troll 10 ever, and he was the reason I bought the kit. So for all of you that hate me for playing it, blame him, okay? Because I didn't want to buy it. I remember I was like, I don't want to do this, Mr. Smokey, and he was like, "Oh, you have to, so we can do double troll 10 in team mode." That was literally why we did it, and I ended up never playing it with him in team mode. But anyway, he was the reason I got a Skype account. We played solo Blitz all of the time back when you could team in it, and we just would play until the end, and then just fight each other, and whoever won, usually him, because he was like way better than me at the time, and then they'd win, pretty much. So it went on and on and on, and I was like, "Hey, dude, do you have Skype?" Because like I knew Skype was like the now back then, and he said, "Yeah, I have a Skype." I was like, "Okay, we should talk because So basically, my mom's computer was too bad to download any exterior application, like Skype or anything. I could only have Minecraft on there because she had literally like 10,000 pictures on there, and it was just terrible. And it was her business computer. She had like 3,000 documents, and it was terrible. So much space on that computer was eaten up by documents and pictures. So I had to take a laptop that my mom stopped using and my sister and use it for Skype. So my setup was my monitor in front of me, and then off to the right was the laptop propped up, and my headset was hooked into the laptop, and oh, actually, no, I didn't have a headset at first. I just had an internal mic in the laptop, so it was just a pain talking to me. But yeah, his name was Smokey95Dog, and then Smokey added me into a group chat. He was like, "Hey, there are a lot of cool people that play Blitz. They're really popular that you should meet. They're really cool people, and I think you'll have fun." Because I was having trouble deciding what kit to get at the time to like a higher level, because this was at the end of 2014, and as you all probably know, at the beginning of 2015 is when my real Blitz grind started, and I started going for a 10. So he added me into what I call the Hypixel NSA. That's what we called ourselves eventually. Actually, never mind. I think the group chat had the name before I joined. So that's what it was. And the profile picture was like this retarded picture of Mickey Mouse. It was like literally a Mickey Mouse with a mental disorder or something. And it was filled with people that were so popular. I think I could actually name all of the people in it right now. Okay, Katniss, YQT, the 1001 is in like, the really popular YouTuber. Old Gabby, Molten Ender, there is some other Quake god, and he was in AYS at the time. He was a really good Mega Walls player. Smokey95Dog, me, and dang, this is really, and a couple of Molten Ender's real life friends, I believe. That's about where it stops. But it was a really lit group. Like, I had so much fun in that group, and they taught me so much about Blitz. Like, that group chat was the reason why, like, I bought Creeper 10 and Blaze 10. Because I had, like, this crush on Katniss Jewel. This, like, E-crush or whatever. She was, like, literally the first girl I had a crush on since, like, elementary school. And I bought Blaze 10 because of her. I was, like, I wanted to impress her, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a kit after you. So, that's, yikes, I know, right? Then Smokey and I met Physic and Zapshock. And that was interesting, to say the least, because they were very, very unique people. And I think the time we're here is mid-2015. That's where we're circling right now. And that was our group. And the Hypixel NSA never really called. We just texted. I know I said vocal friends earlier, but I think I'm gonna make a change to that now because we did call, but it was more like privately. And I know I said first Blitz friends, but I'm just gonna go like generalized now. We're gonna go like in order because I guess it's a historical topic about my friends in Blitz. So I guess we'll just keep going through the years, through like the most iconic points in time. Through this Smoky, Physic, Zapshock thing, so I have 2 groups of friends right now. It's going great. Then I meet this guy, this damned guy, PRXZ. That guy was, or actually, well, PRXZ, as you guys know him, because he was a very popular forums user, very popular in-game. His original username was XLN. And that guy was like my best friend for so many years. And now that I think about it, man, he's off doing business stuff now. He's off with his own little life. And he comes back every couple months, but you know, I can never find the time to have a call with him, which sucks, but hope he's doing well, you know. So basically, I have XLN to talk to, and he never talked. He had no mic. Smoky, Physic, and Zapshock, and then the Hypixel NSA. Later towards that year, the Hypixel NSA became very inactive, and... Okay, sorry, I had to lock the door. But anyway, the Hypixel NSA became very inactive, and we stopped talking in it. And then Physic, Zapshock, and Smokey, we all had a falling out a bunch of times, and the friend group kind of split off, because Smokey and I would, like, argue a lot for nothing. Now that I look back at it, it was just a bunch of stupid Blitz stuff back then, because that was when I took the game so seriously, right? And all we did was play solo. We'd never play team mode, because we had grinded team mode to hell. Like, I had 2,000 team mode wins or something. It was ridiculous. I was, like, 11th for teams. So it was just me and XLN for a long time. We called for hours on end, hours on end, hours on end. And he'd always let me get kills in his team's game, because he was going to buy Epsiman's account, and he didn't care about his kills on XLN. So he'd always let me, like, get his kills and stuff. Or not his, but, like, he'd just let me rampage across the map with my Creeper 10. And then all of that kind of dissipated. He and I stopped talking as much. And all of my friends started, like, it was a falling out. And then, at the same time all of that was going on, I started talking with Stardark9. And Stardark9 had this giant Skype group chat that sent like 700 messages every day. And I think I could still name some people in that group chat that were like the most iconic. There was XCon or ItzCon. I think he went by both. There was ItzCon, Stardark9, myself, Blue Puffy. Oh, that guy was lit. Perfect Ownage, also lit. Dystopia. Ah, man, I'm just naming the main people that kind of stuck around in Blitz afterward. Civite. Yeah. That guy was just such a meme. Let's see. There were a few girls that went in and out of that chat, and the reason I kind of split myself off from them was because that group was just... We were terrible people at the time. Not even me, really, but I got out of that group because they were... into like DOSing a lot, and back then that intimidated me, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of disconnect myself from you guys and kind of go my own way. So all of my friend groups at the same time kind of collapsed, and here we are at the start of 2016, I'd say. A lot of intense social interactions happened in those few months of 2015. So 2016 onward, I think that is when I officially met Alex, Austin, Mason, and all of those people and I met them in the weirdest way, because Smokey and Physic and I had started speaking again. Zapshock just disappeared off the face of the earth. We started speaking again, and Physic was like, hey, I have a Kohi faction. Do you guys want to play on it? And I was, you know, burnt out from playing Blitz so much, so I was like, okay, sure, why not? So we were playing a Kohi faction. Physic goes quiet, and I remember this so clearly because it was just so funny, because we were fanboys of them back then. He went dead quiet, and he said, Quasar just messaged me in game. And they were like, Aaron and I, or Smokey and I were like, wait, you mean like the Blitz player Quasar? And he was like, yeah, that guy. Yeah. And we got so lit. He was like, he wants us to like trade resources with him. He must have recognized our usernames or something. We were so lit. We were like, you know, gassing ourselves up. We were like, oh my god, he noticed us. He knows our usernames. We're so cool. Because there were a ton of people on too. Like Kohi Factions was the most popular faction server at the time. So popular. Like hundreds of people would play at the same time. It was ridiculous. And then, so we had the trade, and they wanted us to get in TeamSpeak. So Physic went in TeamSpeak, I went in TeamSpeak, and Smokey decided to stay in the call while we were gone. Because we muted up and we went in TeamSpeak. It was a separate application. And then I went into the TeamSpeak, and they didn't ban me. I remember MSG and Quasar, I was like, is it okay if I come on too with Physic? And he was like, sure. Because I was trading some of the materials too, because Physics, Smokey and I had like separate materials in the faction, and I had gotten some valuable stuff, I guess. I can't recall what it was. I think it was like glittering melons or something. Glistering? I don't know. But, and then I got into their voice channel, and I was like I was so intimidated by them, and I know this sounds silly, but like, you know, they were huge YouTubers to me. But I had some experience in that department because I had been talking with YQT, or interacting with him in the least, for a few years now. And so I had a little bit of experience in that. And then, you know, so I was just so awkward. And I was trying so hard to be like them, be funny. And then I just out of nowhere, because like Physic and Smokey, they disbanded the faction, so I was in no faction, and I had started going on there regularly, and they started moving me and things. And I remember the day that they started liking me. I remember the day too. I was versus some really popular streamer, and I can't remember his name. Really disappointing that I can't remember his name. But he was a really popular Kohi streamer, and he was really bad at PvP. Like, he was the worst I had ever fought, honestly. At that time. And they thought I was bad. They thought I was a random until that moment. So we were all dueling him because he was streaming. And I decided to take a shot. And when I went on, they were like, oh, Doug's going on. He's going to 1v1 him. I was like, yeah, we're going. So then I went up in there. I was like, bruh, this is going to be lit. And then I went up and I did it. I sure did. I diddle-danged it. Basically, I quick dropped him with like 16 to 18 pots left or something, and you start with 24, so you can see the rate at which I quick dropped him. And I wasn't sitting in a corner, because back then I had this dumb strategy where I'd sit in a corner. But, man, I wish I would have recorded like all of the good times we had together, like me and them, because that was like the most dominant friend group I had over the years, because I had the most good times with them for sure. I'd say Smokey and Physic are a split tie right there, like vocally anyway. But I beat him, and then they were like, "Oh, that was really really good." And then they invited me to their faction because I can't remember if I asked or if they offered. I forgot. I'm fairly sure I asked though, judging how I acted back then. And then one thing to another, I was in their videos. I was in like 2 or like 5 of Alex's videos. I was in like 2 of Mason's. I was did a one-on-one with Austin. And then the faction broke up. After 2 seasons of factions, I think, yeah, that's when it broke up. Everyone went their separate ways for a while, and the one person I decided to talk to out of all of them, surprisingly enough, was Gamebuster 101, aka Austin. We talked on Skype for hours and hours and hours every day for like 3 months, I think. I don't know why, but like our senses of humor were very similar, and that's just basically all it was. And I think he was lonely. I don't know. I don't know if I didn't know his situation with it, but I believe he had lost most of his friends just then. And then Mason comes back, and he's playing Overwatch and all, and then they get into Overwatch, and then I get completely left in the dust because I can't get Overwatch just yet. That'll change soon, though. Then all of my e-dating shenanigans goes on, and I meet a bunch of people, and then they harass the shit out of me for multiple months. I make a Twitter account, things like that. I meet a lot of people in this time span. Like, I start talking with people in OTS, LilyX, Seal, people like that. Started talking with people in Crit, old members of Chaos. And in the months that they were playing Overwatch, I started talking with none other than Mr. Toxic Plays Blitz, haha, aka Julian. We played for the entire summer that year, and we played together just every day. I just don't know why. I can't recall why he wanted to hang out with me so much, because all I did was scumbag the dude, literally. Every time he would be close to winning a match, I would get the Blitz start and activate No Country for Old Men, or the shotgun and blitz, and then I'd kill him in DM, because there was a glitch back then where you could use it in DM before the safe thing, the no damage thing. I don't even know what to call it. Grace period, before the grace period was over, you could use it. So he had nothing to do against it. So if I saved all 6 shells until DM, I won. I did that to him like 100 times at least. And to this day, every time I use shotgun, he's like, "Oh no!" Because he just remembers. Like, it's hilarious. And then after that, Julian became inactive, I believe. And then I actually got Overwatch. And I remember how I got it, too. There was a friend group comprised of Fula Hoop, Ranger Skiing, and McKeithen Valentine or whatever, which shout out to anyone who remembers Fula Hoop and Ranger Skiing, because they're really old players who stopped playing a long time ago. I don't know if they stopped, but I've never seen them in Blitz ever since, so I don't really know. But very old players, very classy dudes. But yeah, so McKeithen was like, "Hey, dude, if you grind my account for 300,000 coins, I will get you Skyrim and CSGO." He was like, "I'll get you a Steam gift card." I was like, "Okay, sure, sounds reasonable." I do it. Not all the way, though. I only grind like 180,000, I think. And he's like, "You know what? I'm feeling generous. Have it anyway. And you know what? Have my Overwatch account while you're at it. You can play on it." And it was called Some White Kid. And with that account, I started playing with Mason, Austin, and Alex again. And I had so much fun with them. And I played competitive with them, too. Austin and Mason carried me into Diamond more times than I can even count. And I believe my internet just DC'd. That's a terrible occurrence. Oh, it didn't. I just disconnected for no reason. Watch me get banned mid-recording. No, okay. But, yeah, so they were playing with me. I got carried into Diamond by them several times. And it's just... It was really fun. It was a great time. So we're at the beginning of 2017 now. And most of 2017 was spent with my girlfriend at the time, my online girlfriend, Josie. And I was that was my least inactive year, or my least active year for Blitz, because she and I talked for the entire year, pretty much. That year was comprised of me playing competitive Overwatch with her, playing Roblox, playing Slither.io, playing Town of Salem. Literally anything we could get our little hands on, we played together. And don't worry, she was the same age as me for most of the year. Like, our birthdays are only 2 months apart, so the age gap is only 2 months. But anyway, and basically my entire year that year socially was playing with her, talking with her. I believe I was speaking with Chris Spiele. Yeah, I met Spiele in late 2016 after all of that Overwatch stuff ended and I got back into Minecraft. Funny enough, I met him because everyone was telling me that he acted exactly like me. And I was curious, and I was like, okay. They actually asked if that was my alt account, albeit was level, like, 120 at the time. Yeah, but then me and him started talking a lot. And then I met Elidia 2 months before I met him. And so my entire social year, 2017 wise, was Josie, and we played Blitz. That's why she counts. Playing Overwatch with Mason, Alex, and things like that, people like that, and then playing with Chris whenever I could, and then playing with Elidia whenever I could as well. So 2017 was a fairly good year, but then I had a lot of falling outs with them. Of course, they're fixed now, but yeah. So socially this year, hasn't been too good. Not at all, really. It has been terrible, honestly, because a lot of my friends, other than Chris and Josie, have just been downright ignoring me. And Sean, too. That's another one. Great friend of mine. I met Sean this year, and we've been playing a lot since we met. Ben, great person. Really fun to talk with. Met him this year, too. Officially. I knew him like way before of him. And let's see. Oh, in Echoes, I met a lot of really nice people in Echoes too, like Akumamon, Rediscovered, Liriano. Let's see. Oh, Gabe Cool. It was like the first time I talked with Gabe Cool often. Just a lot of good people I've met this year, but at the same time, I don't really get messages much often anymore. My Discord friends list comprises of like a few people. Like I only call Chris, Sean, and Josie anymore, and of course Fading Echoes is always here to hang out with some people. Oh, Jack also. I started talking with Jack frequently this year. He's a really good guy. He's really fucking annoying on the forums, I know, but he's cool to talk to. Mason and I still talk from time to time since he quit. Then you've got both Adams. They're really nice. Just really good people. So generally not as active as it used to be or as I'd want it to be, but definitely still going with that one. Would I want to talk with anyone from my past social life right now? Because I'm sure that would be asked a lot of me by people like, say, Perfect Ownage might watch this video and realize that he's in it. Blue Puffy might. But yeah, I'd love to. I would literally love to talk with you guys. Like Blue Puffy, Perfect Ownage, Stardark even. Dude, reach out to me. I know you play Fortnite now. Smokey 95 Dog, Physics, Zapshock, YQT, Katniss Jewel, like just all of these amazing people. Reach out to me, because like I'm having a lot of trouble socially lately, and Spilly knows that. I've just been so desperate. Like I joined this random Discord. Just you see these random Discords that just, well, except for this one and this one, but like these two are just completely random, full of random people. I go on like Gary's Mod and stuff now, but anyway, that was it. That was literally my social history on anything. Or not anything, but I actually really enjoy making these videos, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy them as well, because apparently they're fun to listen to. But if you as a person would like to speak with me, or like call me, or talk, or hang out, or whatever, just add my Discord. I'm going to be putting it in the description below. I know I've been really secluded and reclusive with who I add on Discord, but like I'm done with that. If you want to add me in text any time of day, I will be on, and I will be available 100%. But if someone that I know for a long time calls me, then I'll probably skip out on you, because older friends are important. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time, because I know I sure did. I really enjoyed making this story, and this is me not talking over this, by the way. This is all live. I know it might seem that way, but I don't know how to do that yet. More of these are going to definitely be coming in the future, because I really like making these a lot, actually. So I hope you guys enjoyed this a lot. So see you guys around.